How's it going? We're happy to say today we have a special kitchen time, tech time mashup. My birthday was just a couple of weeks before we moved, and now that we've gotten here and been able to settle in, I have the chance to try out this new kitchen gadget that my mother bought me for my birthday. This is the Gadget Queen Personal Smoothie Maker. So we're going to try that out today, and we're going to try a couple recipes, and we're going to see how it works for us. All right, well, let's get started. Now, I can honestly say I've never really had a smoothie in my whole life. If I went for something cold and creamy, I would go for ice cream or a milkshake. But as y'all know, I'm trying to eat a lot healthier, and my diet has changed so that I'm eating better foods. So we're going to try these smoothies. Now, the first recipe we're going to try is actually an orange creamsicle recipe. And let's go ahead and put it together. We're going to start out with a cup of milk, and then 2 clementine tangerines that have been peeled and de-seeded. Then we're going to add in a half of frozen banana, 1/3 of a cup of plain non-fat yogurt, and we're going to just mix that all together and see how it turns out. All right, so we've got it all mixed together, not without its challenges though. I'll discuss that some more in my summary at the end. But we do have our orange creamsicle smoothie ready to go. Let's give it a try. Tastes okay, but it needs a little bit of sweet to it. So we're going to add a little bit of agave syrup to it. See if that doesn't help us out a bit. It's pretty good, and it does taste like a banana orange creamsicle. But there's a lot of orange pieces in it from the actual inner infrastructure of the orange, and I think that may have been why it had a little bit of trouble mixing. I don't know if it was power or whether it was running up against resistance and stopping the motor, but it really kind of struggled mixing this up initially. So, all right, there's the creamsicle. It's pretty good. We're going to try the second recipe. Sorry, I'm dealing with orange particles all in my mouth. We're going to try a second recipe. This is going to be chocolate peanut butter smoothie. All right, let's make that. All right, we're going to start this recipe with, again, a cup of milk and a half a frozen banana. To that, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of peanut butter and 1 to 3 teaspoons of cocoa powder. We're going to go with 3 because we like chocolate. And I guess we'll mix it up. Questionable. Let's try a little bit of agave nectar. Okay, adding a little sweetener to it. That's much better. Very, very nice. I have to apologize for the soundtrack of our city. We have a little bit of sirens here. We live in basically central downtown Baltimore, so we get a lot of sirens. All right, with adding the agave syrup to sweeten it up a little bit, that is really, really good. But I don't think it's really healthy. It's chocolate and peanut butter and milk. Not particularly healthy. All right, so what do we think? For my first attempts at making smoothies, maybe I just didn't like the recipes very well. I don't feel like they were very healthy, other than, they weren't They were the orange one was fruity, but the other one was not very. And I don't know that I got the good health benefits out of that. Maybe we'll have to try some other recipes. Maybe they'll be a little better. But I have to say, as far as overall smoothie enjoyment, it was just okay for me. I do want to talk about the Gadget though a little bit. First of all, as you might have seen with my little mini disaster, there's no safety mechanism for it operating without the lid on. If you take the lid off and you run it, you get a tremendous disaster, as you saw. Beyond that though, it's also kind of dangerous. Those blades are spinning down there. It's not like your fingers are 10 inches long that you can stick your fingers down and hurt yourself, but you know, the opportunity is there. So I would question that a little bit. I think the power, its ability to power through like the orange infrastructure was not very good. As you could see, we had some trouble getting it to mix. It would start to mix and hang up. It had no problem with the chocolate one, but there was really nothing solid there for it to chop up. I don't think it had very much trouble with the banana itself, but it did have trouble with the oranges. So the other thing is, if the battery runs low, you cannot run this powered. You cannot run this from a plug. It can only operate if it's not plugged in. And this runs from a standard charging block and a USB cable. So that's how it charges. But if you're having charging issues, it does not operate with being plugged in. So that's something to know as well. Practicality. Is it practical? I have a full-size blender. I don't know that I would necessarily use the single serving personal blender to make myself a smoothie. First of all, I don't think the serving size is big enough for a big old guy like me. Second of all, it just doesn't have the power necessarily to power through the tougher type of materials. So I'd be concerned about that. Overall, did it work? It worked. It worked in the right circumstance. It mixed things pretty well. It tasted okay, but that wasn't the device's issue. That was the recipes, I'm sure. So we can work on that part of it. Overall, though, it's an interesting device. Now, here's a thought, though. It's something that if you took it to go, which you certainly can, it's designed to seal and go, you can use it and, mix up whatever you've got with you, or you could take all your stuff unmixed, on the go to a picnic or the beach or something like that in a cooler and mix it up there and run it. I think that would be fine as long as it didn't have some of the infrastructure elements that keep the blades from spinning. But overall, I think it's a perfectly good tool situationally. I just think I need to find better recipes that would taste better for myself, and I'll work on that. In the meantime, there you have it. Does it work? Yes. Is it practical? Maybe. Bottom line is, thanks, Mom, for the birthday present. I appreciate it very much. And I guess that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see all you guys later. Bye now.